Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's 10-minute tip with tea. So I hope you've got yourself a nice cuppa. I've got a nice turmeric and ginger one going this morning, good for the soul. So today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite tools for creating. It's not just great for students to create with, but also for teachers to use as a resource to share learning with their students. So what I want to talk to you about today is how we can use Book Creator to create interactive and collaborative learning tasks for our students, and even to set them up as textbook kind of things if you need to do that as well. So we're talking dynamic multimedia all in one place. It's pretty awesome. And if you're thinking it's just for primary school, there's a whole lot of stuff that's brilliant for secondary school too. It's all about what you do with it and how you apply it. And so I'm going to share my screen with you and switch over to the Book Creator homepage. Okay, so what we've got here is the Book Creator homepage, and you can see at the top of here too that at the moment they're offering some extra premium features for schools that are affected by coronavirus, which I don't know if there's many left that aren't at this point, so it's a really cool chance to get in and check out those features, including the collaborative one. So the first one I want to show you is, this is a book that I've put together for literacy. So it's focusing on literacy and it's a resource for teachers. But I just want to share a couple of these pages with you that show you the sorts of things you can do. Now in 10 minutes, I'm not going to be able to go through everything you can do in Book Creator, but I want to focus on a couple of things. So this is the first one. It's just how easy it is to get really cool content into the books. So an example of that is this page here as an instructional page for my students. So there's a video of me sitting in here. I won't play it now because you don't need 2 videos of me running. And it's really easy to get that video in. All we do in this super simple interface is click on the plus and then go to camera and then start record video. So it couldn't be easier. You record the video. Let's do one just for fun. And then you stop the video when you're finished. You use the video. And that drops it straight on the page for you to move and put where you would like it to go to. I would like that to be deleted, so I'll delete that one. You can also see here, this is an audio file that's being dropped straight onto the page. Really, really easy again. Super simple interface, plus sign, down to record, and it brings you up an audio recorder. I'm recording my voice for an audio file. Stop recording, use recording, and it drops that straight on the page. When your students get this, you can give it to them in a view mode so that they will just see it and be able to click on it and hear your voice for instructions. So you can see here, I've also used it to give them, I'll come back to that one actually, we've got that one somewhere else today. So the thing I want to show you next is what it looks like for a student view. So a book I've shared with my students. I'm just going to switch which screen I'm sharing. And actually I'll give you the link to that. The link you see on your screen now gives you a link to that literacy book that I've made. So you can feel free to grab that and have a look through it if you want to. It's kind of instructional for showing you how to, sorry, one moment, talking and changing screens, showing you how to get set up and started with Book Creator. So this is a student signed in. You can see his picture at the top and he's part of my class. It's really easy to get students into your class and I'll show you that when we go back to my teacher view in a moment. So here's a book that's in my library which he can access because we have a connected library. Think of it just like a bookshelf in your classroom. If he wants to watch this book, he can click on play and he can read it through. He can even have it read aloud to him. So if he clicks on this button, it will start playing the book, turning the pages. I won't do it because you don't want double sounds coming through here. And he can come in and work and just read it and watch it. But this is actually an interactive book. So what I want him to do instead is to come along here, click on this and say copy book. And if he had more than one library, he could choose where that would copy to. And that makes him a copy of this book that he can now edit. And there's a couple of things that I've done in this book as a teacher that have made it really interactive. So first of all, I've given him some links to some websites where I want him to go and find some information. I've also put a lion roar sound in here just to make it a little bit of fun. And then if I come across to here, we can add your facts, the boxes below, and then read them out loud. And what I've done is to make sure that these aren't moving around, I've actually locked these parts in place. There's still text boxes, so he can just come in and start typing and put his information straight in and move on to the next page. So you can create for your students a whole learning activity with the sources of information they need, anything they want, and they interact back on it. As a teacher, I have access to that straight away. So I'm just going to jump back to that teacher space now and stop sharing that screen. Make sure I get it right. This is the one I want. So this is my library here. It's the same class, and all that student had to do was sign in with their Google or Microsoft username and password, and then put this code in to join my library. That's the first thing that comes up for a student. That says join library, and they put in that code. Okay, so here is Ash's book. So as soon as he made a copy of it, that copy also sits in my library, and I can come in and edit it too, or send him a message about his book as well. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you is how you can collaborate in Book Creator. So this is a book I've made, and I'm going to invite my colleague, Donna, to come and collaborate with me on this book. So I need to click on Collaborate to make that collaboration live. And in Donna's library, she's joined me like a student would. And so she's used my invite code to come into my library. She will see this book sitting there, and she will also see that it's available for collaboration and be able to click on it to come in and edit. Now, hopefully Donna will be in here in a moment and we'll be able to start working together. We're going to put some things together on this page. Now, Donna is obviously in a different place to me. And I'm just waiting for Donna to pop up on here. We'd had a little practice. Here we go. Here she is. So I can see down here, here's me and here's Donna, ready to collaborate on this page. So we've got a chat going on in the corner, or maybe we're on a video call together as well as working in this book at the same time. And Donna has put some text in. So we're talking about what we can do to collaborate and do this together. So she's popped some text in. I'm going to go ahead and throw a picture in. Another thing I love is that in here, we can actually do an image search in Google, which is automatically filtered for license for reuse images. So here they all are, absolutely beautiful. Of course, if you don't find the one that you want, you can go to a source like Unsplash or Pixabay and bring a picture from there by copying and pasting it. Ooh, that's a bit interesting, isn't it? I didn't realize the Canua was down there as well. But you can see how simple that is to collaborate. She could be working on a different page, the same page, anything at all. So the other thing, the last couple of points in here I wanted to show you is around adding text and how simple that is, and a few of the tricks that I definitely didn't pick up on until recently when somebody pointed it out to me. So I'm going to come back into, actually I'll stay in this book here. I'll just go to a fresh page. Again, just loving the simple interface. The iPad version of this, so the iPad app of this is great. Unfortunately, it's a lot trickier to do sharing from an iPad app than it is in the browser. But again, it's really simple. So I've worked with this with 5-year-olds, no problem. They love it. They pick it up so fast. Plus, media, and I'm going to come down to text. And in here, I can obviously type my text in, and this will actually enlarge the size of that text box. So just keep that in mind if you're working with students who might need that to be larger, or yourself. But I can also voice type. Voice typing is a great way for students to get their ideas out in a really non-threatening way, full stop. It means that we can see the creativity of our students without them having to stress out about writing things down. Okay, so it did a pretty good job. I bungled what I was saying a little bit in there, but you can see that it's done pretty well, and I could come in and fix things up. And there's nothing I like more than seeing when students come in and actually fix up things that they've seen after they've voice typed, because it means that they understand what to do, which is really awesome. So that's how quick and easy it is to get text in. Another really cool thing is the pen tool, and this is part of, actually if I go back to, go back into this one. So the next task I'd put on here for my students was actually to label a diagram. So I'd put the picture of the lion in, and then I'd ask them to label it with drawing tools. So the picture is stuck, they can't move it, or making their own captions. I've already also got the instructions down here too. And then the other thing I've got is that I want them to draw a picture of the natural habitat of a lion. The pen tool, coming into here, pen, you have a few options. You've got plain pens or a paintbrushy style, but you've also got the beauty of auto draw built in. So if I start drawing my lion, you can see at the top of the screen, it's trying to predict what I'm drawing. So I'm going to keep going until, yes, so there's a lion there. I can choose from any of these images, and whichever one I click on will take the place of my drawing. And that's become like a layer on my page. I can even use the tools here to color that lion in and to make him look really gorgeous and say done. And now he's part of my page. So a really cool way for you or your students to get some awesome images into Book Creator. So that's a very, very speed version of Book Creator. Check out that literacy book. The shortened URL is just there on your screen. So you can type that in, grab that, and hopefully it can help you out with thinking of some really creative ways you can engage with your students. Think dynamic, think interactive, think collaborative, and you will be winning. So thanks for joining me today, and we'll hope to see you again for another 10-minute tip over tea.